Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to Tutorial Tuesday. I'm so glad you're here. It's so fun when we get to hang out. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys a little about a topic that I don't think gets talked about enough, and that is musicality. So to start off, I want to break it down into the really fundamental aspect of musicality, which is counting music. Three questions that I hear a lot are, what is an 8 count? How do I find the 8 count? And why is it important? How does it relate to my dancing? So I want to break down a super simplified version of how to count music, which will apply to most of the music that you're going to be shuffling to, whether that be house or techno. Of course, it does not apply to all music, but it's definitely going to be a good kind of basic theory to get you going. So the building block for most of the music in this style is called a measure or a bar, which is 4 beats. But usually there are 2 measures grouped together to form 8 beats that create one continuous pattern. And then after the 8th beat, it starts back again on the 1st beat. So let me find a way to visualize this for you. Basically on every single beat, you're gonna have the kick drum. So let this represent the kick drum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then on all of your even count beats, you're gonna have the snare, or in EDM, a lot of times it's like a snap or a clap. So that would sound like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then usually on 8, they're gonna add in something else, some type of sound effect or some little symbol, something to signal that that 8 count is coming to an end and it's about to repeat. So let me signify that with like that sound. So it'll sound like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that was a little bit goofy, but it's just a great way to demonstrate that when you are coming into the middle of a song and you're trying to dance on it, you're trying to find the beat, but you don't know where the 8 count starts, those are a couple of clues that you can listen to. Listen for the snap or the clap, and you'll know that that's going to be on an even beat, and then you can follow those even beats down to the point where you hear that one kind of transition signal, the cymbal or the oh yeah or the okay, you know, like there's a lot of voice samples that electronic music artists tend to put into there instead of a cymbal. So just listen for those, and when you can identify that, and when you can identify when that repeats, then that's a clue that the 8 count is about to start over again, and you can find the 1 right on the other side of that. So that may still be a little bit confusing to you, and if it is, you know, feel free to reach out to me in my DMs. But it really just comes down to listening to a lot of music with a very critical ear, listening for those differentiating factors of the different beats. Once you've listened to it enough with a critical ear, then you won't really have to pay attention to it. You're just going to be able to start hearing it automatically and kind of feeling it within your dance. There's one other aspect of counting the music this way that I think can be really important for shuffling as well, and that is the and, which is going to be the half beat in between the main beats. So when I'm doing my kick drum, 1, 2, 3, 4, then there's actually a little half beat in between each of those, which we count with an and. So it would be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can use those half beats to incorporate much quicker movements into your flow, like especially if you're doing different footwork. This can be a great way for the more advanced dancers to add interest, add speed, and variety to their shows. The other important thing about the half beat is that you're always going to be using that half beat when you're doing the running man. So let me show you what the running man looks like with the count. So the counts of your running man go like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. That's not to say that your running man wouldn't also work if you were going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But when you tie that into musicality, your dancing is going to have a little bit more emphasis and a little bit more impact if you are able to hit the ground at the same time as the kick drum. It's just not going to look as impactful if you're hitting your hardest moves on the and, which doesn't really have a beat to go with it. This applies to other moves, not just the Running Man. So think about it as you're going through your moveset and you're learning how to line it up with the beats of the music. Which parts of the music do you want to emphasize the most with the parts of your dance that have the most force behind them? So the way that most EDM works is that once you get to the end of the 8 count, it's going to repeat, and it'll usually be the exact same pattern. And depending on what type of EDM you're listening to, that 8 count can repeat either 2 times or it can repeat 4 times before the pattern starts to change or another instrument starts to come in, or maybe they start the synth or something like that. So a lot of times if you can identify the pattern of the 8 count the first time, then you'll know exactly what it's going to sound like for the next 8 count, and so you can kind of work in your mind what type of moves you think are going to emphasize that beat and that specific pattern the best. So another good tie-in with musicality and counting music is that you can use a single 8 count to do moves that are in the same family, and then when it switches to the next 8 count, you can switch over into a new set of moves. I think that can help give your flow cohesion and make it look like you're playing along to the music a little bit better. So let me demonstrate what I mean by that. Okay, so say I am doing the Running Man, and I'm gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. All of those moves have a similar type of look to them, but once I get to the end of that 8 count, then I can switch it up and add in some footwork for a different look. So maybe it'll look like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So hopefully by that you can see how you can start to use different families of moves or moves that have a similar visual style, group them together in an 8 count, and then switch in between them to add variety, but also to show that you understand the music and the progression of the music. The final thing that I want to leave you on is that on the 8 or on the 1, this is a great time to add emphasis and show that you're transitioning into a new set of moves. So this is when I enjoy throwing in spins, twirls, jumps, stuff like that can all go on the 1 or the 8. So I'm going to use the same set of moves that I just showed you, but I'm going to throw some spins in there to demonstrate how you can use this idea to throw some flair into your flow. So here we go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. You can throw it in at the beginning. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can use it for jumps. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or maybe you can throw a kick in there at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those few hints to help you learn how to count an 8 count and how to use that 8 count to your advantage to improve your musicality and your flow and to kind of feel the music a little bit more. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I do not take you guys for granted. I really love this opportunity that you give me to teach you and help kind of guide you as you learn new concepts and explore this hobby that we all love so much. Take care of yourselves. I hope you guys are staying safe out there. I'm sending so much love to you from Seattle. And yeah, until next time, happy counting.